Head, you made an investigation dun sa Loud Quarry, tama po ba?
Yes, we were trying to locate the mass graves.
The mass graves.
Yes, unfortunately, we didn't go there high enough. Kasi the Laud Quarry is a hill,
it's a
hilly
cliff,
part.
diba?
It's a cliff. It's a cliff. So yung team po namin, it's a small team, CHR and CIDG, went to that particular area at may nakita kami isa o dalawa na skeleton, bungo.
But no mass grave.
No mass grave in that particular area. Wala po kami na-discover. We tried to dig several times and dalawa lang po ata ang bones yung nakita namin. And then we were told later that hindi yun, that particular point. Mas mataas pa daw
Na location.
na location.
Alright. Now, ang question ko lang, it's really bothered me. But I know that this was also asked of you dun sa Senate. I just didn't get your answer. Now, you were like a dog on a bone when you were investigating that as CHR head. But what happened to this investigation when you became Secretary of Justice?
Left.
But parang biglang nawala yung focus on this particular investigation?
When I left, wala pa ko yung resolution ng CHR. But I have my personal investigation notes.
Right.
Now, to my recollection, I shared it with the CHR.
All right.
And then they issued a resolution in June of 2012.
You're throwing it back to the CHR, but you were already Secretary of Justice. You could have done more, di ba?
But at
Frankly
that point,
speaking po, you know.
at that point, ano po yung hindi pa magiging ready and strong to file cases. Kasi yung na-access namin na tatlo na mga who said that they're also hitmen before,
Yeah.
they didn't want to testify publicly. Pero nakausap po namin sila. And may mga sinabi nga po sila.
Could you not have directed law enforcement agencies to conduct further investigations on the matter, like NBI or?
Well, I remember that I assigned to NBI to make some follow-up investigation or to just investigate still the DDS. But when I asked them about developments, ang sabi po nila, nahihirapan po sila dahil walang mga nakahanap na mga willing witnesses.
So are you saying po na you were able to do more as CHR head rather than as Secretary of Justice?
Yes, because nakatutok po ako doon in 2009 when we started our investigation.
I said po na you were like a dog on a bone at
Yes,
that time.
yes.
But then biglang
I became Secretary of Justice and I have more things to attend to, more high-profile investigations, including the Napoles PDAF pork barrel scam. So, but I give that order to the NBI to further investigate. But when I asked them, as I said, wala silang mapoproduce na talagang real, credible evidence. Si Matubato po kasi sa Las Cañas, kahit na-mention na po sila dun sa CHR investigation namin, but they were not yet there. We did not meet them. We didn't know who exactly they are. At sumulpot na lang po si Edgar Matubato nung nagpa-cover siya ng under Witness Protection Program. Although, as I said in my presentation kanina, in 2016, nung naging presidente na po si Rodrigo Roa Duterte, ay nagpaalam na siya kasi natatakot daw siya kasi presidente na. So, we can't force witnesses under the WPP to stay if they don't want to. Yun po ang policy. So wala pa ho yung affidavit ni Edgar Matubato at the time. Wala pa yung affidavit ni Las Cañas. Las Cañas only appeared also in 2016 nung iniimbestigahan na po namin sa Senado. Although, as I said, during his first appearance, he denied the existence of DDS and that he is part of the DDS. Pero noong February 2017, he executed an affidavit saying that there is indeed DDS. He's part of it among at the top, including sila Sunny Benaventura, Laud, yung mga minention ko po kanina. So, wala pa yun noon. Siguro kung nandun yung mga affidavits na yon, I would have insisted na talagang ituloy talaga yung investigasyon at pwede nang gamitin yung affidavits na Matubato and Las Cañas. But they were not yet there when I was at the CHR and then sa DOJ. Kasi even if pumunta sa amin si Edgar Matubato, ang complaint niya is about torture. Tinorture daw po siya ng mga kasamahan niya dahil parang frame up siya dun sa murder ng isang businessman, Mr. King.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. The next to interpolate is Congressman Rog Gutierrez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, Few questions lang po. I'd like to direct my first questions to Mr. Buenaventura. Good evening po, sir. Mr. Buenaventura, through the Honorable Chairman, of course, matanong lang po, no? Nabanggit po ninyo na kayo ay personal bodyguard driver po ni ating Mayor
Yes.
Duterte, tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
And yung active years niyo po ay from 1988 to 2008.
Yes, Your
Ano
Honor.
po ba? Nung kayo po ay personal driver bodyguard, ito po ay, nung kayo po ay driver bodyguard, kayo po ay personal lang po kay Mayor Duterte or assigned po sa family niya?
Kay Mayor Duterte po.
Kay Mayor Duterte lang po. At nung panahon na po ito, generally, nag-iisa ka lang po or may team po kayo?
Yung other security po.
Kaya the security. At any one time po, mga ilan po kayong security ni Mayor Duterte?
4.
Mga 4 po. And
Yes.
but in all those instances, ikaw po yung personal, yung sa kotse niya mismo.
Ako nag-drive sa kanya. Your Honor.
Palagi po yun. Wala
Yes.
wala kang ka-switch.
Wala yun.
May kabady po kayo sa kotse na yun.
Kami ng dalawa, Your Honor.
Kayong dalawa lang po.
Ah.
So yung 3 or more,
Backup,
backup
Your
lang po.
Honor.
So talagang kayo po yung katiwala ni Mayor Duterte.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nabanggit po yung sa family, hindi po kayo nag-drive sa mga anak?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Never po. From 1988 to 2008, tama po ba merong, may time po period po dito na si Mayor Duterte ay isang congressman?
Kanya, Your Honor. 1999 to 2001.
Tama po, no?
Yes,
Parang
Your
ganun.
Honor.
At that time po, naka-assign pa rin po kayo kay Mayor Duterte?
Sa Davao lang po ako, Your Honor. Magpunta siya sa Manila, maiwan lang ako sa Davao.
Okay, pero assign po kayo sa local?
Yes, Your
So, unbroken naman po yung until 2008?
Yes, Your Honor.
At nabanggit po ninyo, 2008 onwards, hindi na po kayo na-assign kay Mayor Duterte? At 2009 onwards?
Yeah, 2001, Your Honor.
Sorry po. Yung
2009 onward, wala.
2009 po, retired na po kayo?
2008, December 31, 2008, Your Honor.
December 2008, retired na po kayo. So 2009 onwards, private citizen na lang po kayo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero saan po kayo nagtrabaho at that time?
Diyan, nagkuha lang ako dyan sa City Hall, Your Honor. Diyan sa office.
So sa City Hall po kayo nagtrabaho?
Yes, Your Honor.
So government employee po kayo at the
Yes,
time?
Your Honor.
At sino po yung mayor at the time?
Means si Mayor Sara.
This was 2009.
Maging si Mayor, Your Honor. Palit-palit sila.
Palit po
Mayor
yun.
Sara, Mayor Rudy.
Ano po yung trabaho po ninyo sa City Hall?
Security officer po, Your Honor.
So in line pa rin po sa iyong profession po as PNP.
Oh,
Usual na nangyayari, pag nag-retire as PNP, security pa rin po, no? So naging citizen security po kayo ng City Hall. But
Yes,
still
Your Honor.
serving the same administration kay Mayor Duterte pa rin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero naabutan mo rin po yung pag-switch po sa mga anak.
Yes, Your Honor.
Until what year po kayo naging civilian security po sa Davao City Hall?
2021, Your Honor.
Napaka-recent po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry, hindi po familiar po, no? When you retired noong 2008, ano po yung edad po nyo at the time?
52, Your Honor. Early retirement, Your Honor.
Early retirement po. Yung usual is 55, 56 po ba?
56, Your Honor.
56. So early retirement at 52. And from 2008, 2018 would be 62. Mga 64 na po kayo when you were disconnected from the City Hall. Tama po ba?
65, Your
65, mandatory retirement.
Yes, Your Honor.
So all throughout pala po, it gave the impression po that you were no longer employed by Mayor Duterte noong 2008. Pero 2009 onwards, technically, boss niyo pa rin po
So,
as civil security sa City Hall.
Mayor. City Hall po.
Opo. During that time po ba kayo ay na-assign as bodyguard driver ni Mayor Duterte?
Wala na po.
Wala na po. So talagang sa City Hall na
Sa
lang po kayo.
opisina po.
Okay. Balik na po ako sa iyo, Mr. Benaventura po. No?
Yes,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to direct some of my questions to the Honorable former Congressman, former Senator De Lima, if you would please indulge us. Former Senator, may we ask po, earlier you gave us a presentation, a more expanded presentation of your previous submission po. Would it be okay if we ask that you just flash the slide again in relation to the structure of the DDS based on your investigation? If it's ready, but if not, then I could just
It
go
can
off.
be ready.
It can be ready. If the Secretariat would please assist through the Honorable Chairman. Mr. Chair, while that is being prepared, perhaps I just have some preliminary questions keeping up with. And we've gotten the background. We understand, of course, that during your stint as the CHA chairperson, that you had an investigation into this. It was cut short when you were appointed as DOJ secretary, but the resolution did come afterwards. May we ask, during this time, the presentation that you presented earlier regarding the structure of the Davao Death Squad, this was based on the CHR investigation or with further pieces from DOJ?
You are asking about the diagram
Yes,
of
the
the
diagram with the
organizational
structure, yes.
structure of the GDS. These are from Arturo Lascaña's affidavit also. These were attached. These were
Lascañas.
attached to the ICC affidavit.
And this was presented at the time of the investigation of the CHR?
No,
Not yet.
just very raw information about the existence of the GDS, but not actually the structure, the organizational structure. Because if you notice from those attachments, yung 3 periods nga po ang kinover from 1989 to 1998, 1998 to 2001, and 2001 to 2016. So mas detalyado po ito, more names coming out, but this is based on Las Cañas affidavit. These were attached. Siya po ang nag-prepare nitong mga attachments na to. First in handwriting, then it was converted into something printed or typed.
Thank you. Former Senator, the Las Cañas affidavit came out in what year?
2020. And he attested to that he signed it in October 8, 2020.
2020.
And then almost a month later, nandun na po siya sa ICC, he was granted limited immunity. On the
Right.
basis, because he submitted this on the same day that he signed it. That was October 8, 2022.
Thank you. Former Senator, when the Las Cañas affidavit was completed, you mentioned that prior to that, you had raw data that would already confirm some of the facts that Mr. Las Cañas laid out in his affidavit.
Yes, some. From the 3 witnesses, the 3 who claimed to be members also of the DDS, but they didn't want to appear. Just some limited information about the DDS. All these 3 confirmed that there is a DDS. So, and then they narrated some of their experiences. But then again, as I said, ayaw po nilang lumantad at that time. Hindi ko nga po alam kung nasaan na sila ngayon, the 3 of them,
Thank
who
you.
used aliases.
Thank you, former Senator. Just a follow-up question on that. So prior to the Las Cañas affidavit, you've already had an idea during the CHR investigation through these 3 witnesses who provided some raw data. Did they provide names that were confirmed in the Las Cañas affidavit? Or it was just some general facts regarding the DDS?
It's just general facts, as I recall it, with respect to those 3 witnesses, the aliases.
So in the case of the resource person present today who has been alluded to in the Las Cañas affidavit, Mr. Buenaventura, the first
Several
time,
times.
Oh,
He
several
was alluded
times.
to several times. In fact, in his chart, in the organizational chart, for all 3 periods, in 1989 to 1998, he was the chief security. And he did admit that he was the chief security. Now, in the second period, 1998 to 2001, according to Las Cañas, he became the de facto leader. SPO4, dun po sa chart, dun po sa organizational chart. SPO4, Sunny Benaventura, now our de facto leader. Yun ang pagkakadescribe dito sa organizational chart as prepared by Las Cañas. Doon naman sa period of 2001 to 2016, he is referred to here as the logistic financer death clearance officer. And so the whole affidavit of Mr. Las Cañas, several times he would say that the order to kill several times was coursed through Sunny Benaventura.
Thank you. Of note is that the third art chart that they presented is for the period of 2001 to 2016. So this is the transitory period from which 2001 to 2008 still in service si Mr. Buenaventura, and 2009 to 2016 as civil security.
2001 to 2016.
Yes.
Yung sa umpisa po yon, yung pagiging chief security ni Mayor RRD, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, in 1989 to 1998.
So it spans throughout his whole career. Former Senator, just one more question. Regarding the 3 witnesses, did they at
Yes.
any time identify Mr. Buenaventura? The 3 witnesses from the CHR investigation.
I don't remember,
So
Your
it's
Honor.
mostly the Las Cañas affidavit.
Las Cañas and Matubato.
Oh, and
But
Matubato.
I can check my personal investigation notes. And maybe next time, if it's there, I will inform the honorable body.
Thank you, former Senator. That would be much appreciated. I will have some further questions later on, but I'd like to go back to Mr. Buenaventura. So nabanggit na po ni former Senator De Lima yung instances in which nabanggit po kayo ni Mr. Las Cañas. So, pero nabanggit din po ninyo na baka posibleng may galit po sa inyo si Mr. Las Cañas, kaya naibanggit ko po kayo multiple times. However, it can't be denied po kasi na mukhang maraming persons po ang nagtuturo po sa inyo. We have po yung affidavit ni Ms. Garma. We have the affidavit of Mr. Las Cañas. We have based, of course, we're still to determine the 3 CHR witnesses. But we'll see po kung how far that goes. Pero nabanggit po ninyo, yung relationship po ninyo kay Mr. Las Cañas. Working relationship po ito, no? Dahil kayo ay kapwa policeman. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Opo. And this was up, sino pong unang nag-retire?
Ako po, early.
Early retirement po kayo. So at the time, in service pa rin po si Mr. Las Cañas.
Yes, Your Honor.
At what year po yung sinabi po ninyo na feeling nyo masama yung balak ni Mr. Las Cañas? Tama po ba? Ano po yung sinasabi niya, sir, na parang iba si Mr. Las Cañas?
No,
Na may hinihinging smuggling?
Ayun, yun,
may,
yun.
Opo, mga anong taon po yun?
yung nag-investigate yung Senado, Your Honor, tungkol sa rice smuggling, Yun, Your Honor. At saka yung nanalo na si PRRD as president. Yun, Your Honor. 2016.
Okay.
Yung sa Senado, hindi ko nakuha yung date, Your Honor.
Okay po. Thank you, Ms. Mr. Chairman, please, I'd like to go back to former Senator De Lima. Apologies if you'd indulge us with a few more. I just remembered, you also had a presentation on the alleged quarry sites, and I believe you mentioned there were 3 or 4,
Yes, about 4, Your Honors.
and they would be attached to personalities involved with the DDS. Of course, we have one Mr. Laud, which was related to the Laud quarry. We also have a certain caretaker in Samal. May we have a rundown of these 4 figures po.
Okay, I'm tracing it, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
DDS. Yes, the DDS has at least 4 named dumping grounds. The largest is the Laud Gold Cup firing range quarry in Barangay Maa under SPO 4 Bienvenido Laod. Another is only known as the Gaisano property, guarded by June Casas, alias Commander Toothpick, which allegedly contains around 200 bodies. The third is the Mandog Mass Grave under SPO 3 Jim Tan. The fourth are the waters around Samal Island with Ecoland Times Beach and the Igacos Resort of Samal Mayor Roger Antalan as jump-off points. Matubato was the caretaker of Mayor Antalan's resort.
Thank you for
So nag-testify ho si Mr. Matubato din na nagtatapon din sila doon ng mga bangkay.
So of the 4 mentioned personalities, we have SPO4 Laod and SPO3 Tan.